What is Determined Women of Destiny?
What is Determined Women of Destiny?
What is Determined Women of Destiny?
So, what is Determined Women of Destiny?
Really, can someone tell me what is Determined Women of Destiny?
This ain't your average talk show, honey. This is where passion meets purpose, where women receive empowerment and encouragement, infused with information and inspiration, but more than anything else, motivation to live their best life. So I want you to grab a cup of coffee or a spot of tea. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
There goes a woman of God. Baby looking like man. There goes a woman of God. I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman first. I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman too. I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman true. I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman. Oh.
Hey, good people, it's Yvonne, the Motivator Man. You are checking out Determined Women of Destiny. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to season 5. She's a game changer. My guest has taken art and frames, put them together, and came up with artwork for your glasses. Welcome to the show, Miss Khandi Woo.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Yvonne.
Now, where did your concept come for taking this fabulous artwork and putting it on our face?
So this is a fad that was around in the 70s in Japan, and it came back around for the hip hop culture in the 90s. So I decided to revamp it and add some culture. I use African print fabrics to detail the frames.
Okay, so let's go back. This is eyewear.
Yes, lensless eyewear. So I take the lenses out and I detail with the African print fabric. So it's an artistic statement to keep our vision framed in culture, no filter and no shade.
Wow. Okay. Now, when I first saw your eyewear, I was at an event with Brigitte James, Serious Voice. And I was like, wow, that's like really cool. And I wanted to get a pair because I wanted to put my lenses in it. And she's like, no lenses. So I was like, shucks, you know. But I know that a lot of people do wear glasses, you know, just for fashion, you know, not for function. Like this is function.
It's an accessory.
Yes. Yes. So now that you've taken this fabric and you put it on the frames, how do you actually do that?
So it's a technique called decoupage, where you actually, I wrap the frame. So it's like a hand detailing, and I use Mod Podge as an adhesive. So I do the strips and I hand detail. Sometimes I actually use maybe more than one different type of fabric to give it a nice flow. So I make one of a kind pieces. So each frame is unique.
So we see you wearing your frames now, and then there are your frames behind you. Is there any way you can pick up one of those frames so that we can see them close up?
Yes. So I'm gonna show you the one on my face. This is one of the lensless.
Absolutely beautiful.
And then I have, which I actually, which was one of my dreams and my goals, to have a prescription line. So I actually made that happen this year. So I have a few frames manufactured in 3 different colors.
Okay.
This one is green, the black and white, and a pink.
All right, so everybody that watches my shows, everybody that knows me, I have like zillions of pair of glasses because I'm so mad now that I'm a woman of a certain age, I have to wear them. So I am going to definitely look into getting those black and whites because that says Yvonne all over.
Thank you. So I wanted to be able to give people that have prescription lenses the option of having something from Khandi Woo. So based on the patterns on the acetate that's used, they're all one of a kind because they're cut from the acetate that has like a very unique pattern. So they're still each one of a kind, just like the hand detail frames. These are actually the first pair of frames that I ever detailed. Right. I got these from a Salvation Army in Brooklyn, and they were bifocals, and they broke. The frame broke, and I used fabric to hand detail it, and I had a head wrap to match. Oh. So yeah, so one summer at a festival, I actually threw on my whole outfit, and people were just looking like, they were like, wow, like they actually smiled. So I was like, you know what? This is what I want people to feel when they wear something from Khandi Woo, you know? I want them to smile. It's wearable art. It should be cherished and showcased.
All right. So your heart, I just want to get to the heart of, how did you come, because, people can say things like, I always knew since I was 8 years old, I wanted to be a doctor. Okay. Mm-hmm. Me, myself, I've been running my mouth my whole life. When I graduated from high school, I got class chatterbox. That's all I've ever done. So, but where did the passion come from that you said, I'm going to take this. I know I have a good idea. I know I can make money from it, and I'm going to step out on faith, and I'm going to work this thing until the wheels fall off.
Well, I've always been the little girl in the mirror with the brush and always wanted to yes, my hair done, my clothes. And I was bullied throughout elementary school up until junior high school. So the creativity was the only aspect of life where I had some control, where I felt like I was on the top of my game. So as I got older and I was able to kind of put things together, I realized, you know what? Let me put my creativity to work. I have a daughter, and I want to be able to leave something behind for her. When you get older, you got to start thinking more responsibly. So I said, let me get my LLC and let me start making handmade jewelry. That's where I started, making handmade jewelry and recycling paper. The earrings that I have on right now, these are recycled paper. You remember when you get your, you buy your DVD and the paper come, the photo on the front of the DVD booklet, the paper, it's recycled. So you take it and you roll it, same Mod Podge technique. So a lot of material, if it's not paper, it's fabric and glue.
I'm going to go to break, but I want you guys to make sure you come back, because Khandi is going to tell us a little bit more about how she is taking recycled paper, fabric, creating art that you can buy and you can wear. We'll be right back.
My name is Kamisha Farquharson, CEO and founder of Concrete HR Solutions, LLC, a consulting firm providing concrete solutions for all of your HR needs. Here at Concrete, our mission is to enhance our clients' opportunities for success. We ensure that the right numbers of the right people are in the right jobs at the right time with the right training, all while promoting positive employee relations and making sure that you remain compliant. We understand that human resources is the support arm of an organization. It's about driving efficient business results, driving your mission through effective people management and minimizing risk. What sets us apart is that Concrete is not only for small businesses. We provide solutions for employees and job seekers as well. It all begins with a conversation. Head on over to concretehrsolutionsllc.com today to book your first 10-minute consultation. The people within your organization are your most important investment. And here at Concrete, we are in the business of taking care of your investment.
Hey, and we are back. If you're just tuning in, Thank you. You tuned into Determined Women of Destiny. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. My guest today, her name is Khandi Woo, but it's Lysandra. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay, Lysandra. And Lysandra has taken her love of art and eyewear, put it together, and she has a fashionable no lens eyewear line. Before we went to break, Lysandra was talking about how she takes recycled paper and she makes jewelry. That's how she started. And then she moved up into doing fashionable glasses. So Lysandra, let's go back to you taking recyclable paper and making earrings out of it. Okay. I need to hear a little bit more about that.
So being a creative, sometimes you really do have to get creative. When funds are low and you still want to achieve things, you have to use what God gave you. I had a lot of paper. I had some glue. My dad actually started making the paper beads. He taught me how to do it. And he actually made polymer clay beads. So once I learned how to do that, I said, you know what? I can actually make eco-friendly jewelry. And I like making one-of-a-kind pieces because I like people to have that attention, drawn to a piece. That means they'll appreciate it more. So I started making the jewelry. So I'll use the paper beads, string them together, make some earrings, necklaces, and it really became very popular. It's wearable art. That's the whole concept.
You also talked about how in school you were bullied, and people don't realize kids that are bullied usually turn out to be the most creative. I did stand-up comedy for 5 years. If I was not a chunky kid in school and was teased at Amityville High School, all y'all that teased me, ha ha, look at your girl now. Yes. I was teased because I was a chunky kid. Only probably about 20 pounds heavier than most average girls, but the first person that calls you fat, everybody else follows suit, right?
Oh, of course.
And so, having quick wit, I became the funny person, which led to, really a wonderful time doing comedy. So, no, you said you have been bullied and, you just reverted into artwork. He was like, you know what? You may say this about me, but I know I got this.
Exactly. I knew that I could create. I knew that because I got teased from my peers for having big lips, a big nose, and being so dark. At the time, that was the thing to be teased about.
Just stop. Being a chocolate chick. Well, you're younger than me.
Yeah,
but being
I'm 45, but at the time that was the thing.
Yeah, being a chocolate chick. Oh my God, it was the worst thing in the world. The worst thing in the world. So, anyone who's watching and you have a daughter close by, I want you to get her right now. We're gonna give you a few minutes to get her right now and bring her in front of your phone, in front of your TV, because you can cast this show. If you didn't know it, you can cast this show to a smart TV.
Okay.
On the screen, on your laptop, wherever it is. I want you to bring your daughters here because we're going to stop a moment and we're going to talk to them.
Yes.
All right. We're going to tell your daughters that no matter what you look like, whether you're light, whether you're dark, whether you're tall, whether you're short, whether you're thin or you're chunky, you are absolutely wonderful, and nobody can take that away from you.
Exactly. You're beautiful by your own right.
Nobody. So stop letting these bullies bully you because you look a certain way. They look a certain way too.
Exactly. And stop bullying because it's not cool.
Thank you. For all you mean girls watching, mean girls grow up to be mean women, and life is not okay for you. because all you know is to be mean. So you have cut yourself off from happiness, joy, and love.
Exactly.
So for all of my little determined little women of destiny, I want you to stand in the beauty of who you are. Let your creativity shine, and know that you are exactly what you think you are, and that is wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna get back to this world of art. I just had to take that moment, because to have two women in the same room that have gone through the same thing, that was an opportunity to infuse other young women that look like us to know.
Right.
You know, back in Amityville Junior High in the early 70s, I would have never known that I would be doing this because I was trashed. In high school, I would have never known I was doing this because I was trashed. And if I did not believe in myself, I could not sit in front of you and talk to other women and say, hey, we're doing great things.
I went to PS 181 and Walt Whitman Junior High School.
Wow.
until then high school. I ended up leaving, high school a little early because I used to cut class, not wanting to be in the class, in the setting. It was very hard. And as I went through it, my parents didn't understand. So I had to actually create my own little world in order to feel better about myself. And that's where the creativity came in.
And then look what happened. You started taking paper from DVDs and making earrings. Who would ever think that paper, would do anything other than get thrown away?
Exactly. So it's done all around the world, in Uganda and the Philippines. So it's a great skill to learn, to be able to recycle any material, because again, the overhead cost is low and you can really make some beautiful things. You really make something out of nothing, and it's beautiful. So that's just like as a human being, as women of color, you got to be able to see the beauty in things, especially when you've been bullied. Like, you really have to look around and find the beauty in things so that you don't feel down on yourself, so you don't allow what other people think and feel about you to tear you down. So that was a something that I found as a coping mechanism.
Do you give classes? Like, can we enlist your services to show us how to make these earrings out of all this paper that's laying around our house?
I have yet to do classes, but I would love to. Like, that's something I'm looking into, because I want to be able to share the skill. I don't know if they still do home ec in school, or these different, exactly, recess, all these different things that are important for the mind and development. I'd love to get into that, because it's cool to be able to learn to work with your hands. Like, once you've created something, you feel so much better about you, and to be able to wear it, you feel so much better about stepping out into the world. And I think that's what young people need, to be able to feel better about themselves, because now those who are bullied, they can feel better about themselves and not have it affect them. And then those who are being bullied will find something to appreciate, so that they don't have to be so mean.
My mind was working there, because I was like, okay, so all of you teachers that work in school, speak to your administration and have Lysandra come in as a contractor and
I can do that.
Classes.
I'd love to do that.
And you take the girls that are the bullies, because we all know who the mean girls are, and you put them with the girls that have been bullied, and you watch the two come together, and instinctively, they may not become best of friends, but both of them will respect each other better, because while you're working, you get to learn about the other person.
Exactly. You find a common ground.
So all you teachers, I just gave you a freebie. You need to contact me and Lysandra. We're going to hook you up. We're gonna hook you up. So
I love
listen, I need you to start doing classes because I would love to learn. I have paper all over this place because you have the paper that you wrap stuff with, you wrap a gift, there's always stuff left over. You buy a frame, you got this picture up in here, you just have paper all over the house.
I've used old business cards. I've used old party flyers.
Oh my goodness.
Can I go get something to show you real quick?
Yes, please. And see, while she's gone, I want to talk to all of you that's checking us out today about releasing your creative juices. Everybody has something that's creative. Everybody has a gift and the world's waiting for it. So release it. Okay, Lysandra's back. Oh my God.
So this is a necklace.
And that's made out of what?
Paper.
That's beautiful.
So with using paper and loose beads that you could find anywhere, if you have another necklace that broke, you can take those pieces and put them together. Like this is paper, magazine paper. Actually these right here, the scratch off tickets you buy.
Okay, you're gonna shut
the lotto tickets.
You're gonna shut up and keep talking. Oh my goodness.
So it's possible. It's so possible to be able to start from a place where you're just using simple materials.
Okay.
And it can grow. Like I've been doing this since 2013. And my goal has always been, I wanted to be on the runway, but the market is so saturated with accessories and it's so small and dainty. What can I do to be able to be seen? So that's where the eyewear really took off and brought my brand to a whole nother level.
Wow. I love that necklace. We're going to go to break. When you come back, I want you to discuss how you took your brand to the next level and how you survived COVID. So make sure you come back after break. This week's featured artist is Nay X. That's right, she was so nice we had to play her twice. This single is entitled How Could You? And it is from her Reset album. Can be heard on all listening platforms.
You serious? You played yourself. You did this. She yours now.
How could you let somebody lay where I laid? You gave up everything that we made. How could you let somebody tell you how to treat me? How could you just give up on me? How could you let somebody lay where I laid? You gave up everything that we made. How could you let somebody tell you how to treat me? How could you just give up on me?
If you're just now tuning in to Determined Women of Destiny, shame on you because you have missed a lot. But luckily for you, you could go back to the beginning and check out what you missed. I am chatting with Lysandra. I am Yvonne, the Motivator Man. We are talking about her creativity, her love for art, how she put the two of them together. And she has come up with a non-lens frameware, eyeglasses, and then also she makes jewelry out of recycled paper. So Lysandra, before we went to break, you were discussing how you were able to take your business to the next level. And I know there's a lot of women that are wondering right now, I want to expand. How do I do it? Or, I think my stuff is getting a little stale. What can I do to freshen it up? So how did you take your business from, all right, I want to go to the runway, it's saturated. So what shift am I going to make now? Because in business, it's all about the shift, so how did you make that shift?
So the shift came about, like I said, I created the lensless eyewear. I started using brighter fabrics, brighter prints. I wanted things to be more visible. Collaborations are important. So I got invited to collaborate with a designer and style his models on the runway in the Netherlands with my accessories. So again, the collaborations are important. And just knowing that you don't lose your sense of self, like you have your own style, you can't copy off of anyone. So best thing to do is just try to innovate and improve on your own style.
Now you said the Netherlands.
Yes.
So that's very important because everybody wants to be a big fish in a big pond.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is they checking me out in Utah. Ain't nobody checking me out on Long Island in New York because we are saturated with podcasters. And like you said, everything was saturated in the fashion world in New York for you. And you were able to link up with someone in the Netherlands. And if y'all don't know it, yes, there are loads of Black folks in the Netherlands.
Yes.
Matter of fact, their prime minister is a Black woman if she's still in office. You know, so stop looking to be, you know, in your home. You know, look to go outside of your home. Look at the places that don't have what you have and give it to them.
Exactly.
I mean, I've never been to Utah. I've got to travel to Utah because I need to know why them women over there love me. You know?
Yeah, you have to extend yourself beyond the horizon that you can see. Like there's so much more out there. And then the opportunities that come from that, you know, just don't limit yourself.
And how did you survive through COVID? You know, a lot of people that do business and creative business, it was like a total halt, a shutdown, you know. And now that, you know, we're coming back to life, we're going back outside, we're inhaling and exhaling. But from the time of the shutdown till now, how did your business survive? How did it survive COVID?
So being as though I already had a lot of supplies and most of my stuff, again, is recycled material or just material, period. At the time, I taught myself how to make the masks. So I started making masks at the beginning of COVID. And that helped me to actually continue to be able to run my business and still put out the matching frames, the earrings. So I was still, you know, I just added that to my product line. And I donated a few pairs to my old coworkers at the hospital. I used to work at Kings County Hospital. So that is what I did. Like I met the need of the demand at the time.
Supply and demand. We need to look at what are people demanding so we can supply it.
Yes.
I love that. How can we contact you, Lysandra?
I have a website and it's khandiwoo.online. That's KHANDIEWOO.online. My bio is there. Products are there. I have a form where you can reach out to me. You can email me at Lysandra@khandiwoo.online. And also my Instagram profile. That profile is where I put most of my work. And it's the platform that I use the most because I like the fact that it's non-restrictive as far as people from all over can see my work and I can see the work of people from all over the world.
Absolutely.
And that's Khandi Woo LLC on Instagram.
Khandi, it has been a pleasure having you on Determined Women of Destiny.
I love your energy. You're so bright.
Thank you. You are definitely changing the game of how we look at, you know, just the fashion that we're putting on our face, eyewear. I don't know about anybody else, but I definitely want to learn how to make something out of this recycled paper that I have.
Yes, we're going to make that happen. It's so therapeutic.
Oh, yes. And those of you that have those lottery tickets, save them.
Please.
Save them so that you can make some jewelry. You can get something out of it. You didn't win, but you can wear a necklace. You know, you'll win from that. Once again, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
And sharing your heart and your dream and your business with us. And you guys make sure you go and check her out, Khandi Woo. And until next time, good people, keep doing what you're doing until what you're doing gets done. Peace and blessings.
There goes a woman of God. Baby looking like Hope. There goes a woman of God. I'm a woman first. I'm a woman.